The Chicago Bears earlier today traded away their number 1 overall pick to the Carolina Panthers for quite the haul that included DJ Moore. So we're doing a mock draft with the new draft order. What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know, so go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, beautiful football discourse. I am recording this directly after my stream. We'll have another one of those, I'm assuming Tuesday. But yeah, join our streams. They're fun. But so I'm doing this all off the cuff. And let's go ahead. Let's run through this. I'm going to do this if it is me picking for the team. Free agency's right around the corner. We're going to get a lot more clarity on where maybe a team may or may not pick. So I'm going to let that play out. I'm going to go ahead and draft as if I was doing it for the squad, which you can bet your sweet cheeks. I'm the Panthers. I'm taking Bryce Young. For me, he's quarterback 1 in this class. We get it. People hate the size. Go ahead, hate the size. Which means the Houston Texans, regardless, this pick's going to be quarterback for me too. You don't know if you're going to be drafting this high next year. You'd be like, oh, come on, the Texans aren't good. They're going to be drafting this high next year. You just don't know, and you don't project and mock draft for next year's draft. You go ahead, you draft with the one you got now. So we're going to go ahead and take CJ Stroud, who is my current quarterback too. Now, I am going to open myself up to trades in this one. And this is the thing. If I'm the Colts here, do I trade up one spot just to secure that I get the quarterback that I want between Levis and Richardson? Or am I like, screw it, just send it? I think the Seahawks would be interesting, but I don't think them in Arizona are going to get a trade off. I think Arizona would be asking for too much, and Seattle would be like, go to hell. We have Geno. We're fine. I think the Raiders are interested, but I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'd rather hold on to that draft capital right now and just try to get in good players. Like, I'd rather be like, you know what, screw it. If quarterback makes it to us, it makes it to us, or we'll go ahead and take that. But there's a ton of problems wrong with our roster right now for me to be trading up for the third quarterback in this class. So, unfortunately for the Cardinals, I'm sure maybe they'll be able to pitch a trade, but for me, it just doesn't make sense for any of the other squads, or at least something I'm not willing to do right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take Will Anderson. For a lot of people, he is now the consensus top non-quarterback prospect with all the things going on with Jalen Carter with the arrest and whatnot. So again, let that stuff play out, and more information will come out, and GMs will either feel comfortable or not comfortable drafting him. All right, so I'm here. I'm the Colts. I'm really starting to like this Anthony Richardson pick to the Colts. I really am. I think he's a good pair up for Coach Shane over there, and this team could just start to do like a mini rebuild and have a good turnaround with this. So I like that pick a lot, which makes this easy for the Seahawks, or at least for me, because if Anthony Richardson's still on the board, I'm kind of like, I'll take a swing at that. We got the perfect bridge quarterback in Geno Smith. If we get Anthony Richardson, I think I'm cool with that. But he's not on the board, and for me, right now, again, with Jalen Carter, he's facing 2 misdemeanors. And the results of those misdemeanors is like $1,000 fine and community service. Not that serious. Get him in your locker room, and you know what he is on the field. He's been reported to be a very good locker room personality, and just try. I don't know. Maybe have it in his contract where he's got a driver ready for him anytime he wants to go out. I don't know, but I'm going with Jalen Carter. The talent for me is just too much to pass up on. I don't like that drop off to Tyree Wilson just yet. I don't like Jalen Carter is just too good for me to take Tyree Wilson over him. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And now we're here with the Detroit Lions, and I like them going corner here. I really do. You get your pick of the gander. This is another spot where it's like, yo, Anthony Richardson, Jared Goff's kind of a dope bridge quarterback. But he's not here. Will Levis, I kind of have my reservations with, just being the older prospect, but I think he can be a very good quarterback in the NFL. But he just doesn't have like the seismic, like Anthony Richardson's tools are just freakish levels, unfortunately. And if you're going to take a swing, you kind of want to swing on that, even if you do have a quarterback in place, or at least a mediocre to like above average starter. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Christian Gonzalez. He's my top corner currently on the board. I think he's a good fit for Aaron Glenn's defense. This one, like I said, with the Raiders, I'm cool with sitting back and waiting for the quarterback to come to me. And surely they did. I'm here taking Will Levis. He's the quarterback of the future for the Raiders. All right, Atlanta Falcons, Tyree Wilson is the thought here. It's the thought. Yeah, I'm really trying to think other spots I would go, but I think this is just for me kind of a no-brainer. I'm taking Tyree Wilson. Like he's got freakish length. He's, for being a guy that's unpolished as a pass rusher, the production was too good. So we're gonna just take him there. Now, so the Chicago Bears. What do we do here? It's kind of the perfect landing spot if you are looking for a new like offensive lineman. You could go with, let's go ahead and get corner 2. Do you want to dip into the D-line class? Or like, there's a lot of different ways they can go. I think the best talent on the board is at offensive line right now. Now, do you go Peter Skoronski, who gives you a bit of versatility? But I think Paris, for them, I feel like they're pretty unsettled at right tackle, but I really do think they're going to go after like a Caleb McGarry. But maybe they don't. I don't know. I think Paris Johnson right now is kind of the safe estimate. Especially, like, you don't even consider a receiver here since they got DJ Moore. So I'm just going to go with Paris Johnson. All right. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have given Darius Slay the ability to go out and seek a trade, and I think they're just doing that to get a lower extension with him. But James Bradbury is a free agent, and everyone after him on the corner depth chart is not good. So go ahead, get your receiver here. The question is that Devon Witherspoon or is that Joey Porter? And I kind of feel like Joey Porter is more of the mold of what they had last year. But Witherspoon, man, how's he going to test? I think I'm going to take Porter here just as a good fit. The Tennessee Titans, this one's got to be offensive line. And you know what? Peter Skoronski just makes more sense. Like, it just makes the most sense here. And I'm not going to trade back. I want this pick. But Ben Jones, he just got released after failing a physical. There's been word out that they're not going to bring back Nate Davis. I don't know how much legitimacy there is to that, but I think it's foolish. He was their best offensive lineman last year. And so if that's the case, you're staring down like Nicholas Petit-Frere, and that's it on your offensive line. Grabbing a guy like Peter Skoronski who could fill in any spot on the offensive line, I think I'm cool with that. So we're going to go ahead and snag that. Now, I'm sitting here with the Houston Texans. We could take a Okay, is there anyone that would want to trade up? I don't think so. I don't think Patriots trade up. Washington, do they make a move? Probably not. Pittsburgh? No, it's getting too far. Would Pittsburgh move up to try to take a Devon Witherspoon? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's a possible trade here. So I'm staring down the barrel. I'm thinking, like, I love the idea of pairing up CJ Stroud and Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's a thought. Also, like, I do think free agency, they're going to bring in a lot of DeMeco Ryans guys. I think they're going to go after Tremaine Edmonds hard. They brought in Robert Woods. You got Nico Collins on the outside. You got John Mechie, who could play slot or outside. Like, I was initially thinking going D-line, but I'm thinking I'm just going to pair up my quarterback with his former receiver. I'm going to go Jackson Smith and Jigba here. I like that. I always thought about Devon Witherspoon because I was like, that's just sick pairing Witherspoon and Steenley. I know they got Steven Nelson, but he's a guy. He's basically sitting there until you can find potential upgrade. All right, the New York Jets. I firmly believe if they get a deal done with Rodgers, that it won't involve this first round pick, because Rodgers has all the leverage. The Packers president already came out and said it's very likely that Rodgers won't return to the team. So maybe players get involved in this swap. I think day 2 picks will, but I don't think it'll be this first rounder, which means we're going to hold on to this. So what are we doing? Because it's kind of wild. Like Quentin Johnston, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of fun. I think that's kind of fun getting Quentin Johnston here. And then because I think Corey Davis could be actually involved in a trade there. Was he already a cap casualty? Corey Davis. No, he's still with the Jets. Okay. Because that could make room cap wise for the Jets to take on Rodgers' contract. So I'm really thinking, and then go out and do what the Packers did a terrible job of and get in Aaron Rodgers' weapons. I think I'm doing it. I'm going to send it. Quentin Johnston. Yo, receivers going early. What can I say? All right. This one's no brainer for me. Devon Witherspoon being here, I think makes it's just a good pick. Jonathan Jones is going to go to free agency. He has talked about wanting to come back, though. It's hard to leave New England. So maybe we can consider Broderick Jones as kind of the next option here. We could go with the Lucas Van Ness, a nice versatile body type. I think the Patriots would love. They need more pass rush. Does it fill a need? I mean, not really, but Van Ness does give them that flexibility. Am I really going to pass on Devon Witherspoon? Oh, man. I don't really think that I can. I really don't think that I can. What if Jonathan Jones does come back? I mean, then Broderick Jones. But I feel like they probably will be at one of the teams targeting Matthew Bergeron in the second round. Oh, man, this is tough. Broderick Jones. I think I'm actually going to go with Lucas Van Ness. Get more pass rush, really. They got Uchi there, but, like, Uchi's more of that undersized pass rusher that brings a lot of versatility to him in terms of he could break out into coverage. He could blitz through the gaps. While Lucas Van Ness is more of this guy that could kick inside on passing down, so your pass rush looks really, really nice. All right, we got the Green Bay Packers. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. I was fully expecting to take Jackson Smith and Jigba with this pick, and the board just kind of fell this way, which is kind of wild. So what do I do? Miles Murphy could be an option. Like, Nolan Smith, no lie. Perhaps. Would this be a team that could go safety, but I don't think Brian Branch is a good fit for John Barry's defense. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I want to take a tight end inside the top 20. I think I'm gonna do Nolan Smith. Get that crazy explosiveness off the edge. Man, Miles. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take Smith. All right, we got the... this is no-brainer. I'm taking Devon Witherspoon for the Washington Commanders. Too easy. Almost made it to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, Pittsburgh, I firmly believe I could grab a tackle at 32, and it's going to be like DeJuan Jones. It's going to be Darnell Wright. I think those were the two guys that Mike Tomlin was kind of eyeing at the back end of, or that he was eyeing at the Senior Bowl. Did they... Oh, wow, they updated it to where no longer the first, second round pick is getting selected in this mock. Okay, I see you, NFL mock draft database simulator. All right, but I do firmly believe Darnell Wright or DeJuan Jones could be a pick there, but it's going to be in the second round. Maybe they pop back up in the late first round. So I think they really do want to go with a corner. Like you could talk about, make a strength to strength with a Brian Brazee. Come in there because you got Cameron Hayward is up there in dog years, though he's still producing like a monster. You got freaking what's his name? DeMarvin Leal, who he saw sometime late in the season, but it maybe bringing in some competition would go well, and that could be your like parent for the future. I think the better pick here is to go corner. So the question is Deontay Banks or Keely Ringo, Deontay Banks or Cameron Smith. Those are my next two corners. So I'm thinking I'll probably go with Banks because I do think he's going to get drafted fairly high. I mean, him and Smith are basically like right here. They're like the beginning of that next tier of corners for me. All right, so we grabbed Christian Gonzalez. Miles Murphy is here. But I really do love the idea of Bijan going to the Lions, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. All right, so the corner class isn't what I expected, but it's a deep corner class for the Bucs. Like Jamil Dean, Sean Murphy-Bunting, they're free agents. Brian Branch does make a ton of sense here, but I think Broderick Jones is just such a good pickup with them cutting Devon Smith. Go ahead and grab Jones here. All right, what are we doing here for the Seahawks? Miles Murphy feels like the pick. They could go with, I don't know, like anyone want to trade up here? Is there anyone that would want to trade up? I don't know if anybody would say it's worth trading up right now. Oh, maybe Baltimore to ensure they get a receiver. I think that might be it. So even if I just move down a little, that's kind of fine. So, all right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do Seahawks. Train with the Ravens. All right, what would it... let's take a look at first round. Okay, 2022 NFL draft trades. See if there's any trades from the past we could pull from to get a something to compare to. All right, looking at last year. So probably looking at having to dump I don't like that. Maybe like a third. Oh man, they say that's too much. A fourth? Man, I feel like that would be fine. Here, throwing a 6 for us? Okay, apparently not. Oh my gosh, dude. I wish I could just force trades through. All right. Oh, my bad. I got this all mixed up. Oh, the Ravens don't have the draft capital to move up. What if I drop a 4th? Can I get like can I at least get a 6 back or something? Maybe a 5th? Oh, that doesn't feel right. Just give me the 6. Just send it. Baltimore moves up. I mean, yeah, didn't love it, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm here with the Ravens. I'm gonna go ahead. Specifically, I want to jump the Chargers to take Zay Flowers. So Devin Duvernay's on last year of his deal. So, ta-da. All right, if I'm the Chargers, would have loved to get Zay Flowers. We could go with the first tight end here. I think Gojo wants to give his opinion real quick. I think that's it. I think we go with the first tight end. Gojo? Man, I think this might surprise y'all, but I'm actually going to go with Dalton Kincaid. Right now, him and Michael Mayer are kind of like 1A, 1B. I'm waiting to see how Kincaid tests out. Not a knock on Merritt. I just ended up moving him down boards, and I've always had Dalton Kincaid up pretty high. So, and I think he'd just be the better fit in that. Would he be in Kellen Moore? Yeah, he would. So, they get that. They get another playmaker. They get a speedster, but a guy that's going to be doing it from the tight end position. All right, so I moved back down here specifically because I was like, I'm pretty confident Myles Murphy won't go in those 2 picks between the Ravens and the Chargers. So I'm just going to go ahead and snag Murphy here for the Seahawks. Minnesota Vikings. I really love this. I love the idea of taking Brian Branch here. I think the talent's just too good. I really do. I think actually the talent is just too good. What am I looking at edge-wise? That next tier. Golly, that defense feels like it's going to need like a full rebuild. I'm going to go ahead and take Brian Branch. It's just a good player to make it here. Brian Brazee, probably a consideration too. The Jaguars, they could go Brian Brazee here, and I think that's just a good pick for the Jags. I don't think you have to go corner. I think I think the Jags are really looking for a slot guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and snag that. Could talk myself into Osiris Torrance, but I'm gonna go with the upside of Brian Brazee. All right, we got the Giants, and honestly, like, it's Addison, right? I think it is. I really do believe Addison's gonna end up testing out better than what people expect. Like, I think his pro day is gonna be much better than what the combine was. Is there anyone who would want to move up specifically for any player? Oh, maybe the Bengals try to move ahead of teams that might be looking for a tackle. But then do I risk Addison? Well, if Addison's not there, then we just don't get him. It is what it is. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to trade back with the Bengals. Bengals move up to go get a tackle. It's not going to cost them a lot, fortunately. Giants. All right. Last year in the draft. Okay, so that 4th round value for that first trade I did was about right. For this, so if we're doing this swap, probably be a 4th and a 6th. It's what I am seeing from Similar trade with the Jags and the Buccaneers last year. So we're going to go ahead and make that trade. We're going to take Anton Harrison. I think he's a great fit for this Bengals defense. And I mean, you trade away picks, but you still get that second round pick, that third round pick. That's nice. All right, this is another trade down spot. In all honesty, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, do I just take Addison out of spite? I don't think that's called. I think Osiris Torrance is actually the play. Yeah, I think Osiris Torrance is the play here. Yeah, because isn't Connor McGovern a free agent? I mean, I could go Cam Smith. This team does need more corner help. Yeah, I'm going to go Cam Smith. Screw that. Which means Buffalo Bills. This is easy. Ooh. Is this easy? I feel like this is easy. I'm kind of tempted to take a tackle. Like Darnell Wright, DeJuan Jones, either of those two to replace Spencer Brown. But maybe you give Spencer Brown another go. Because, like, your guard position sucks. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Osiris Torrance here. So, Giants, I traded down. I'm going to go ahead and take my guy in Jordan Addison. And then we got the New Orleans Saints. I got, like, I got players on the board. So, I do want to go with interior. And I like the idea of getting, y'all already know I'm stupid high on Adetomiwa Adebawore. First things first, if you look at him and say, oh, why are you taking an edge player? You don't know nothing about Adebawore. This cat came in, saying, like, basically the same size as Kalijah Cansey, yet people are viewing Cansey as an interior guy, not necessarily Adebawore. Like, or Adebawore. Dude, 6'2", 284, 34-inch arms, though. His arms are 3 inches bigger than Kalijah Cansey. He tested exceptionally better than Cansey. To be fair, Cansey only did the 40, and yeah, it was a good 40, but freaking Barriers was great. He was in the green or the high percentile for the position in other workouts. Like, I just love this cat. I love what he brings to the table. All right, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. We took Joey Porter here. So Cansey's kind of a guy here. Oh, you first one let in, and now you one let out because you don't even want to see what I'm going to pick for the Chiefs? All right. So if I'm going to be honest, I think we know Roseman trades down. But who wants to trade up here and for who? That's the question. Who wants to trade up here and for who? Let me see. NFL draft or... Oh, you know what? I know what this pick... I know who's moving up. I mentioned it earlier in the video. We're going to have an in-state trade. Because Pittsburgh, they want to go ahead and make sure they get the tackle that they like. But, I mean, to be fair, you're probably feeling good that at least one of either Darnell Wright or DeJuan Jones is going to be there for you at pick 32. So maybe not. Maybe not. 2023 NFL draft order. All right, let's look at this stuff in real time. Full order, please. I don't think the Texans need to move up. Cardinals, if anything, would probably want to move down. Colts are a thought, but I'm looking for interior help on the offensive line for the Colts. Maybe the Rams jump up. Oh, see, that's the problem. Like, if a team like the Rams, not to say that they have the draft capital to move up like that. Like, if another team moves up, then the Steelers aren't going to get either of their boys because there's a good chance tackles going there for KC. So maybe I do make this trade for Pittsburgh. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and send it. We're moving up a couple of picks here. Shouldn't cost anything extraordinary. Let's see the value I'd be looking at in terms of a trade like this. I'm going to pull from Jets-Giants trade in the second round. Cost a 5th round pick. I don't have a 5th round to send. Like, if I give this 4th rounder, I'm going to want something in return. I don't want to just give a 4th for the sake of moving up here. But honestly, it's probably worth it. I don't know. I don't know if the Steelers even necessarily have the capital to make this trade. I mean, do I just dump a 4th next year and say to hell with 2024? Yeah, I don't like this, man. If I just had a 5th here, then I wouldn't mind it in business, but that 4th feels too rich. So I'm moving up. Maybe there's other ways I can do this. And maybe we swap 3rds. Okay, I think that'll work. Listen, so we're moving up 2 spots, the Steelers, and they're just swapping 3rds with the Eagles. So the Eagles are going to get a better pick in the 3rd round. Oh no, it's got the bug. All right, well, let's just pretend that this pick is Pittsburgh. Yo, fix your trade. Freaking simulator. So this is Pittsburgh's pick. And I'm going to take Darnell Wright for the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, and now I'm here with the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's tie this thing into a nice, pretty bow. A lot of things on the table here. For the Chiefs, we could go Michael Mayer, but I think I'd rather maybe go with an edge. Which, man, Will McDonald, I know he's undersized, but boy, he feels like he could be a Staley guy. Besides Staley, Spag guy. We could look at tackle. DeJuan Jones can make some sense. Obviously, they got a need for tackle. Interior, I just don't think that's where it's at. I think the question is, do I want edge or do I want tackle? I mean, this is such a deep edge class. Maybe I just get one later on. This tackle class falls off. So I'm going to go ahead and take DeJuan Jones. And that's my mock. All right, I'm going to get this uploaded for you guys as quickly as possible. We had 3 trades in this. Seahawks, Baltimore, Bengals, Giants, and we did Steelers, Eagles, but it didn't show up. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is definitely a new draft. Definitely some interesting aspects going on. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Remember, this Eagles pick is actually the Steelers. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing. As always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.